Yo, what is up guys? Welcome back to the mechanics series. Today we're going to cover how to do the pogo from the ceiling. If you guys wouldn't mind dropping a quick like, sub, comment, it really helps the channel out, it helps me. I really appreciate it. But other than that, let's go. Alright, so before we get into, pogoing with the ball, obviously we're going to have to learn how to do the actual pogo itself. So let's look at how to do that. So for pogo practice, I kind of just like to come off the ceiling here and then practice falling down. Because again, like I said, the first part of the pogo is the actual pogo itself, right? So if we can get this down like that, then we can start, then we can go for our ceiling pogo shot. So I'd say when you're first practicing, just go straight up and down like this in the beginning, as so. And then once you get more comfortable with the pogo doing it like this, then we can start moving towards the goal. Because obviously if you guys want to score a pogo, it's got to go towards the goal. So now we're going to, once you get comfortable doing straight up like this, then we're going to start angling it a little bit. And then we're going to try like that. So here, drive up a little bit at an angle towards the net. And then we're going to try and, do it again. Same thing, but just, going more towards the net. And now let's go ahead and let's look at how to do the pogo. What my technique is. Again, the techniques can vary, guys. Some people like to pogo on their noses, kind of like this, on the front of the car. And then there are people who like to get pogos on the backside wheels, like on the back left or the back right of their car. But it doesn't really matter how you get the pogo, just as long as you hit like either directly on one of the corners on the ground, you'll end up popping and shooting back up. But for the purposes of today's video, I only really know how to do it on the front right end of my car. So that's just how I'm going to show you guys how I do it. So once again, like I told you before, go up straight. And then what I like to do is I'll free fall as straight as I can, like this, and I'll just slowly but surely lean back. So I'll do it again one more time. So come up here. As I'm falling down, I don't move anything. I just slowly tilt back on the stick, directly back, okay? So that my nose goes from that like angled position, as you can see. So it's kind of like a little bit angled, but now I'm just gonna slowly pull back on the stick until it's facing the ground. All right, and then once I found my sweet spot, I'm gonna start leaning. Let's visualize this in the air a little bit. So let's see. I'm gonna be facing. You'll be facing like down, right, like this. But I'll have to like tilt side to side. So I mean, if you're facing upwards like this and you tilt side to side, it looks like that. So basically, you're doing this just like upside down, right? So if you get comfortable with these little like slalom motions or whatever, just side to sides like this. And you just do the same thing, but this way, like this, like that. It's the same thing. So, I would say maybe practice like I said, this way first, upright. Practice moving left and right, side to side, and then it's really literally like I said, the same things, but the other way, right? Here we go. Let's combine it all together. So we're gonna go up here, very minor tilt back, and then tilt to the left or right, and I mean that's basically how you do it. I just like to get it on the right end fender, so right there. All right, now once you've gotten pretty comfortable with your pogo setups, now we can start incorporating the ball. Now, luckily for you guys, the setup for the ceiling pogo is not terribly hard to understand. It's like a ceiling shot, but like you're just gonna not really go anywhere. I'll show you what I mean. So, when I go for ceiling pogos, like I'll take the ball up to the ceiling, but like, like the amount of field it's gonna cover is not gonna be very much. Like I'm gonna put it up there, like almost directly up. Like if there's a line right here, I put it up. Like, it's not going to move very far from that line. It's just going to, like, almost be directly straight up, right? And then we're going to go for the pogo. So, really, it doesn't matter where you start the ceiling pogo, as long as, you put it almost straight up, pretty much, like this. Like, that's a good setup. Just directly straight up. And the reason for that, again, is because if you hit it out too far, which is a mistake a lot of people make, is they'll hit it out too far, and then they won't be able to catch up with the ball and pogo at the same time. Because there's the thing, it's a little bit easier to pogo when, when you're falling like straight down. So again, up here, and I just fall directly straight down, that makes the pogo much easier to hit. So if the ball is also going straight up as well, like that, not really going anywhere, you can fall straight down just like this, and that makes the pogo easier. And I mean, that's about it. As long as you can just combine those two together, and then because of the ceiling pogo, you actually are going to have a flip. So, you know, when I come down to the ceiling here, this isn't going to be the pogo per se, but you know, when you come down the ceiling, you get a flip. So if you so choose to, if you are mechanical enough, you can go for like a little musty at the end or something, you know, if you have the capability, right? Just one more thing before I give you guys some examples of the shot here. I want to note another mistake that people are going to have a hard time with, and that's just like the curve up here. So when you're driving up the curve, you have to remember that the curve obviously isn't a straight line, it's a curve. So like if you drive up the curve like this, you know, your car will, you know, it'll naturally like turn out away from the ball. So the biggest tip I have for you guys when going up the ceiling here is you need to learn how to turn up and down the ceiling so that you're facing the ball, just like that. Perfect, right? Because a lot of people, like I said, they'll make the mistake where they'll go up the ceiling there, but then they'll be like not facing the ball. They'll be like this or something, right? And then they're not really facing the ball, and it just makes it harder. All right, I'm gonna give you guys two examples. One that I think is a little bit more simple to follow along with, and then one that's a bit more flashy and involves maybe like an air dribble and a Joe Musty. I'm going to go for the really cool pogo shot here in a second, guys, but I want to give you one more tip because I keep finding new things to try and help you guys out. But here, when you guys are going for the pogo, make sure you got a lot of space. Like, you know, you want to be close, but like not like so far away. Like, you know what I mean? Like if you're up here, you know, pop it up, and then like I end up like way back here or something, you know, that's also going to be really awkward. So like try and, like, you want to be close, but also not like right on top of the ball, you know, like this, where I'm up here, let's do it again. And then I'm like right on top of the ball, you know, like right on top of it, you know, that's not gonna work either. So something you have to work on, the spacing of it, but you know, just a little bit of space, not a lot, but a little bit, you know, and it'll make it easier. And yeah, that is pretty much how you hit the pogo. So before we end out here, I'm gonna give you guys a recommendation. If you guys don't already have the Faith's Ultimate Freestyle Pack, let me go down here real quick. See this one right here? This one I recommend to anyone trying to hit some freestyles, kind of like I was doing today with the pogo. I really recommend that you guys check this pack out from Faith. So if you guys are looking for a training pack that you think will help you hit more freestyles and stuff, I would definitely recommend this one, to play this one. And yeah, feel free to practice your pogos all you want over there. Code will be in the description. That'll be it for me today. I hope I helped you guys out. If I did help you, leave a like, leave a comment or something. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.